So this is from the packet. This is the reflections question. So looks like it's about the fifth page in here. We had 7 questions on reflections. Okay. So the first one here wants us to reflect across the x-axis. So we're going to be reflecting across the x-axis here. Okay. So let's plot our point. So we have -4, 2. So here's A, 4, 7 is B, and then C is 5, 1. Okay, so here's our triangle. There's 2 ways we can do this. We can either count or we can use the rule. So let's just do it counting first. So here's C. So C is 1 unit above the x-axis since we're reflecting over it. It needs to be the same distance away. So if C is 1 above, C prime is going to be 1 below. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. B is 7 units above, so it needs to be 7 units below. So there's B prime. And then A is 2 units above, so A prime needs to be 2 units below. So there's our reflection. We can now find what these coordinates are and put them in. Or again, we can use the rule. So the rule for reflecting across the x-axis is xy goes to x negative y. The reason it's negative y is because our signs here are changing for the y values, not the x values. Okay. So all these points and the new point, they're all the same x value. What's changing is the y. So what was positive becomes negative. Okay, if there were negative points, they would have become positive. So all we got to do is change the sign on the last one. So this one becomes -4, -2. This becomes 4, -7. And the last one becomes 5, -1. Okay, the x's are all the same. We're switching the value of the sign on the y's because we're reflecting up and down. Upward. Okay, so that's the x-axis. The next one wants us to reflect over the y-axis. So this one we have a rectangle. Okay, so let's graph our rectangle. 1, 2 is P, 2, 5 is Q, 0, 7 is S, and 7, 0 is S, and 8, 3 is R. But we want to reflect this over the y-axis, so here's our y-axis. Okay, P is 1 to the right, so it needs P prime is going to be 1 to the left. Q prime is 2 to the right, so Q is 2 to the right, so Q prime is 2 to the left. S is 7 to the right, so S prime is 7 to the left. R is 8 to the right, so R prime needs to be 8 to the left, and then we can fill it in. Okay, and then we can fill in these points here, or again, we can use the rule. So the rule says that xy is going to go to -xy, right? Because we're reflecting over the y-axis. What's changing here are the x values. This was a +7, it became a -7. This is a +1, became a -1. +2 became a -2. So the y's are all staying the same. They're at the same vertical level, but we're changing the x's. So this is going to become -1, 2, -2, 5, -8, 3, and -7, 0. So that's reflection over the y-axis. Next one has us reflect over the line x equals 4. So let's draw our triangle out, JKL. Okay, so J is 1, -1. K is 2, 3. And L is 3, -2. Okay, so there's our triangle. We want to reflect this over the line x equals 4. So x equals 4 is a vertical line at 4. So we go to 1, 2, 3, 4 on the x-axis, and we draw in line x equals 4. X equals 4 is a vertical line because for every x value on here, for every y value, the x value is going to be 4. So 4, 0, 4, 1, 4, 2, 4, 3, 4, 4, 4, 5, 4, 6, 4, 7, 4, 8, and then same thing going negative. So there's our line x equals 4. We want to reflect over. For this one, we don't have a specific rule. We just need to count. And each point and its the reflected point need to be the same distance away from the line of reflection. So x equals 4 is our line of reflection. L is 1 to the left, so L prime needs to be 1 to the right. J is 3 to the left, so J prime needs to be 3 to the right. K is 2 to the left, so K prime needs to be 2 to the right. So there's our reflected image over the line x equals 4. Okay, to find the points, we're going to have to count them. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, negative 1. K then is going to be 6, 3. K prime is going to be 6, 3. And then L prime is going to be 5, negative 2. 7, reflecting over the horizontal line, y equals 2. So let's draw in our triangle, our parallelogram, and then our line of reflection. So parallelogram C, D, E, F. So C is negative 4, negative 4. D is negative 2, 0. E is 6, 1. And F is 4, negative 3. So there's our image. Okay, we're going to reflect over the line y equals 2, which is a horizontal line at 1, 2. Okay. So if we look, E is 1 unit below that line, so we need to be 1 unit above. So E prime is going to be here. F is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 units below, so F prime is going to need to be 5 units above. So we go to the line of reflection and go up 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, D is 2 below the line of reflection, so we need to go 2 units above the line of reflection for D prime. Then C is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units below the line of reflection, so we need to go 6 units above the line of reflection. Okay, and C prime, and then we can connect our points. And as we can see, we are flipping it over the line y equals 2. Okay, then to fill in our points again, we can't use a formula, we have to count them out. So C prime here is going to be negative 4, 8. D, negative 2, 4. E is going to be 6, 1. So 6, 3. And then F prime is going to be 4, 7. Okay. All right, the next one. Triangle XYZ with vertices X, Y, and Z. Okay, so negative 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, negative 2. Negative 3, 4. It's Y. And Z is negative 1, 1. Okay, we want to reflect over the line y equals x. So let's draw in the line y equals x. Okay. So our rule for reflecting over the line y equals x is that xy is going to go to yx. Okay, so we're just going to flip our coordinates. So negative 5, negative 2 is going to go to negative 2, negative 5. Negative 3, 4 is going to go to 4, negative 3. And Z is negative 1, 1 is going to go to 1, negative 1. Let's plot our points. So here is 1, Z prime. Okay, so we're reflecting over the line y equals x. All we do is switch our coordinates. Okay, and then the last two here are a combo of translation and reflection. So this one we want to reflect over the, let's we guys zoom out a little bit. Of 250. Okay. So let's graph our original points here. Okay, x is negative 3, 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Negative 2, 1 is y, and negative 5, 2 is z. Okay. So first thing it asks us to do is to reflect across the x-axis. So our x-axis is this one. Okay. So let's flip it down. So here's y prime. Here's z prime. Then x prime. So I'm going to write those again here. X prime is negative 2, negative 7. Y prime, z prime are going to be negative 2, negative 1, and negative 5, negative 2. Okay, then we want to, so that's step one. Now we want to translate it. So again, we can either plug these numbers into the rule and get our double primes. Okay, or we can just count it out. But let's count it out. So here's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 to the right, and then 2 up. So there's y double prime. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 2 up. Here is z double prime. Okay, and this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then 2 up. There is x double prime. Okay. So coordinates then here, again, we can plug them in. So this should have been 7, negative 5. Y should have been 7, 1. And then z should have been 4, 0. Okay, so we're good. So we reflected over the x-axis, rotated it, or translated it, shifted it 9 to the right and 2 up. And then here is the last translation problem we have. So again, it's a triangle. So we want to graph a triangle with these points. Okay, so G, H, and I. So negative 1, 6 is G. Negative 1, 3 is H. And negative 6, 6 is I. Okay. So we want to reflect first over the x at the line y equals negative. So first we want to translate it. Okay. So what is G prime, H prime, and I prime? So G prime, we want to go 7 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 5 down, right? Because it's negative. So there's G prime. Okay, H prime, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And then I prime, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And we can plug those into the rule here to get our coordinates, or we can just count them out. But negative 1 plus 7 is 6. 6 minus 5 is 1. Okay. Negative 1 plus 7 is 6. 3 minus 5 is negative 2. Okay. Negative 6 plus 7 is 1. And then 6 minus 5 is 1. Okay. Once we have that, we can now do our second piece, which is to reflect across the line y equals negative 3. So if we go down on the y-axis to negative 3, and we draw a horizontal line, that's the line we're reflecting over. So right now h prime is 1 unit above, so we want to call it h double prime. So 1 unit above, h double prime is 1 unit below. G prime is 4 units above, so 1, 2, 3, 4. G double prime is 4 units below. Same with I. I is 1, 2, 3, 4 units above, so 1, 2, 3, 4 units below. Okay. Then we got to fill in our coordinates. So we need to count out. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, negative 4. I'm sorry, that's H. G is 1, 2, 3, 4 above. 1, 2, 3, 4 below. So that's going to be 6, negative 7. Okay, and then I, 1, 2, 3, 4 above, so it needs to go 4 below, which puts us at negative 7. And that is reflection.